Lita, I think someone is literally stealing time from my apartment. The corporate work week feels like it is 85 years long, but the weekend is exactly 5 minutes long.
Exactly 5 minutes. Oh my goodness, Sam. You blink your tired eyes on Friday afternoon, and suddenly it is Monday morning again. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another incredibly relaxing, very short episode of the English Unscripted podcast. I am Leda.
And I am Sam. And today, guys, we are talking about the absolute best 2 days of the human week, the beautiful weekend, the big plans we make, and why we actually spend the entire time sleeping on the sofa.
Yes, the great weekend illusion. We are dividing this relaxing journey into 3 exciting chapters today. First, we will talk about the absolute lie of Friday night energy. Then, in Chapter 2, we dive into the terrible reality of Saturday morning chores and cleaning. And finally, Chapter 3 is all about the deep, dark fear of Sunday evening.
3 chapters of pure weekend therapy. But wait, Lita, before I tell you how I completely wasted my entire Saturday doing absolutely nothing, we have a very important digital mission for our amazing listeners today.
Oh, absolutely. It is challenge time, guys. What is the big creative strategy for our language learners today, Sam?
Listeners, if you truly want to level up your English brain, you cannot just play this video one single time. You have to treat this podcast episode exactly like a difficult, exciting video game.
A difficult video game. I absolutely love pressing the shiny plastic buttons, Sam. How does the video game method actually work for our students?
Well, the first time you play the level, you are just on simple story mode. You relax, you listen to my terrible weekend failure, and you just enjoy the colorful graphics. But the second time, you switch the game to hard mode, you pause the video, you fight the boss, and you collect all the heavy B2 vocabulary coins out loud.
Yes, collect those shiny vocabulary coins, guys. Level up your fluency. So, Sam, please tell me about your 5 minute weekend. Did you have massive, crazy plans for Friday night?
I had the absolute biggest plans, Lita. When I left the corporate office at exactly 5 o'clock, I completely ignored the strict bald manager, and I felt like a young, energetic superhero. I called my friend Mark and I said, "We are going to a loud, amazing music festival tonight. We are going to dance until 3 in the morning."
Oh, wow, dancing until 3 in the morning? That is incredibly ambitious for a 30-year-old man who complains about his knees hurting, Sam. Did you actually put on your bright yellow banana jacket and go to the loud festival?
I did not even make it out of my front door, Lita. I walked inside my apartment, I took off my heavy work shoes, and I made a very dangerous, terrible mistake. I decided to sit down on my comfortable living room sofa for exactly 5 minutes, just to slowly unwind from the busy work week.
Wait a minute, Sam. Let us pause your dangerous sofa trap right there. I think that is a wonderfully relaxing, highly necessary vocabulary word for our listeners to deeply understand today. Unwind.
Yes, unwind. It's a beautiful, peaceful verb that means to slowly relax and rest your tired brain and your physical body after a period of heavy work, stress, or extreme tension, like sitting on a soft sofa after dealing with a terrible boss.
Listeners, please practice this essential B2 level word and say it with us right now.
Say it loud and clear in your room, guys. Relax your tired shoulders.
Unwind.
Unwind. I just wanted to unwind for exactly 5 minutes, Lita, but the second my physical body touched the soft sofa cushions, my brain completely shut down. I fell into a deep, heavy coma, and I woke up at exactly 4 in the morning, still wearing my corporate work clothes.
A deep corporate coma. You completely missed the loud music festival and the dancing. That is the absolute classic Friday night trap, Sam. Your brain says party, but your physical body says sleep immediately. And that actually makes me very curious about our energetic listeners.
Oh, absolutely. Listeners, we have our first very sleepy Friday night question for you right now. Are you actually a crazy party animal on Friday nights, or do you fall asleep directly on your comfortable sofa at 8 o'clock in the evening like me?
Tell us your absolute most boring Friday night stories in the comments down below. We desperately need to know that Sam is not the only sleepy old man here. So Sam, when you woke up at 4 in the morning, what did you actually do?
What did I do, Lita? I completely panicked in the dark apartment. I woke up at 4 in the morning, still fully dressed in my uncomfortable work clothes, and for exactly 5 terrifying seconds, I thought it was Monday morning. I thought I was incredibly late for a very serious financial meeting with the strict bald manager.
The ultimate Friday night nightmare, waking up in pure terror thinking you're late for a boring job you hate. Did you actually start packing your heavy black bag in the dark, Sam?
I absolutely did. I ran straight to the kitchen, I poured a cold, completely black cup of coffee, and I was holding my bright yellow banana jacket. And then I suddenly looked at the calendar on the wall. It was only early Saturday morning. The relief I felt in my human chest was completely magical, Lita.
Oh, that beautiful, warm feeling of realizing you don't have to see the bald manager for 2 entire days. It's like a heavy weight suddenly disappearing from your shoulders. You can just take off the terrible work clothes, put on soft pajamas, and say to yourself, I am going to sleep for 10 more hours.
Exactly. But my brain was already fully awake, Lita. The adrenaline from the Monday morning panic was completely destroying my peace. I stood in the dark kitchen holding the yellow jacket, and I said to myself, I ought to just clean the entire apartment right now.
Wait a minute, guys. Listeners, I have a fantastic native secret for you right here. Did you hear how Sam just pronounced the words ought to? He spoke exactly like a very old, proper British grammar teacher from the 1800s.
Wait, did I fail at midnight cleaning pronunciation too, Lita? I thought ought to was a perfectly formal, strong piece of advice to give myself.
It is a brilliant grammar structure, Sam, but when native speakers are talking very fast or when we are muttering to ourselves in a dark kitchen at 4 in the morning, we almost never say ought to. We smash the two words completely together and just say oughta. Oughta.
Oh, wow. Oughta. I oughta clean the kitchen. I oughta go back to sleep. That sounds incredibly natural and slightly lazy, Lita. It really takes the strict formal pressure off the sentence.
Exactly. Try using oughta when you're talking quickly about things you really should do but probably won't actually do, guys. It's a brilliant secret trick to make your spoken English sound wonderfully relaxed. So Sam, did you actually clean your apartment at 4 in the morning?
I absolutely did not clean a single thing, Lita. I drank the cold black coffee, I threw the yellow jacket on the floor, and I watched 3 entire hours of short videos showing cats playing tiny plastic pianos again. My Friday night was a complete sad disaster.
Piano cats strike again. You are officially addicted to internet animals, Sam. But honestly, watching silly videos at 4 in the morning is perfectly fine, because the real problem with the weekend is what actually happens when the sun fully comes up on Saturday. The weekend is a complete trick. We think we have 2 free days to relax, but in reality, Saturday is just a massive list of unpaid manual labor, which brings us perfectly to Chapter 2 of our relaxing journey today. Listeners, grab your dusty brooms and prepare to hate your clean apartments, because we are going to dive into the absolute nightmare of weekend chores, laundry, and grocery shopping.
Lita, Saturday is not a real day of rest. It is completely a giant scam invented by the strict adult world. You wake up at 10 in the morning, the bright sun is beautifully shining, and then you look at the giant mountain of dirty clothes in the corner of your bedroom.
The terrible, silent laundry mountain, it just stares at you from the dark corner, Sam. It completely ruins the beautiful, relaxing weekend vibe before you even drink your first cup of coffee.
Exactly. I looked at my dirty, smelly, bright yellow banana jacket, and I knew my relaxing weekend was completely over. I had to do so many terrible things. I had to clean the wooden floors, and I had to do 3 whole loads of laundries.
Wait, Sam. 3 whole loads of laundries? The strict English grammar police are unclugging your washing machine right now. Laundry is an uncountable noun, my messy friend. You can say 3 loads of laundry or a huge pile of laundry, but absolutely never laundries.
Oh, right. Thank you, Officer Lita. 3 heavy loads of laundry. My tired brain is completely destroyed by the strong-smelling soap. And after the heavy laundry, I had to drive my old silver car to the giant, crowded supermarket to buy fresh food for the week.
Oh, Saturday afternoon at the grocery store is absolute physical combat, Sam. There are a million shopping carts blocking the narrow aisles, and everyone is incredibly angry. What did you actually buy? Please do not tell me you bought more heavy ingredients for your cursed cooking experiments.
I absolutely did, Lita. I am a very stubborn man, and I wanted to finally perfect my famous sweet garlic mushroom soup. So I bought exactly 50 individual pieces of white garlic. But the supermarket was so incredibly full of screaming children and angry adults fighting over the last piece of rock-hard black brick bread.
Wait, Sam, let us pause your terrible supermarket bottle right there. I think that is a highly busy, very productive vocabulary word for our listeners to deeply understand today. Errands.
Yes, errands. It's an excellent plural noun that describes a short journey you take to complete a very specific, boring, necessary task, like going to the busy post office, the bank, or buying 50 pieces of heavy garlic at the grocery store.
Listeners, please practice this essential B2 level word and say it with us right now.
Say it loud and clear in your room, guys. Push the heavy shopping cart.
Errands.
Errands. Running Saturday errands completely destroys my physical energy, Lita. I spent 4 entire hours walking around the crowded city, and that actually makes me very curious about our extremely busy listeners.
Oh, absolutely. Listeners, we have our second very exhausting weekend question for you today. What is the absolute worst, most terrible Saturday errand or chore that you completely hate doing? Is it folding the clean laundry, washing dirty dishes, or fighting people at the supermarket?
Tell us your absolute worst weekend chores in the comments down below. We desperately need to know that we are not the only sad adults who hate cleaning the kitchen. So, Lita, what is the actual secret adult trick to finishing all your errands without crying?
The absolute secret adult trick, Sam, is actually very painful. You have to wake up at exactly 7 o'clock on Saturday morning, drink a huge cup of strong black coffee, and do all your terrible errands before the rest of the busy city even opens their sleepy eyes.
7 o'clock on a Saturday morning? Lita, that completely defeats the entire magical purpose of the weekend. If I wake up at 7, I might as well just put on my bright yellow banana jacket and go sit with the bald manager in the empty corporate office. I want to sleep until noon.
I know it sounds terrible, Sam, but if you leave your dirty laundry and your heavy garlic shopping for later, it completely ruins your relaxing mood. You sit on the comfortable sofa, you try to watch videos of piano cats, but your tired brain is constantly whispering, you still have to clean the sticky garlic floor, Sam.
That is so incredibly true, Lita. The dirty floor completely haunts my mind. I just keep looking at the heavy wooden mop, and I tell myself I will definitely clean the whole apartment in exactly 1 hour. And then I just keep delaying the terrible pain until Sunday afternoon.
Wait, Sam, let us pause your terrible cleaning delays right there. I think that is an incredibly common, highly psychological vocabulary word for our listeners to deeply understand today. Procrastinate.
Yes, procrastinate. It's an excellent, very useful verb that means to completely delay doing a job that you really need to do, usually because it's boring, difficult, or unpleasant, like cleaning a sticky garlic floor or doing your corporate taxes.
Listeners, please practice this highly guilty B2 level word and say it with us right now.
Say it loud and clear in your room, guys. Stop watching cat videos.
Procrastinate.
Procrastinate. I absolutely love to procrastinate, Lita. I will gladly do absolutely nothing for 48 entire hours just to avoid washing my dirty yellow jacket.
You are the absolute undisputed king of procrastinating, Sam. But sadly, when you push all your terrible chores to the very end of the weekend, it creates a massive, heavy, dark cloud over your head. The relaxed weekend vibe completely vanishes, and suddenly you realize tomorrow is Monday, which brings us perfectly to the third and final chapter of our relaxing journey today. Listeners, hold your warm coffee cups very tightly because we are going to dive into the deep, dark psychological fear known as the Sunday scaries, and why Sunday evening is the absolute saddest time of the entire human week.
Lita, 5 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon is officially the absolute saddest, darkest hour in the entire human universe. The bright weekend sun slowly goes down, and a terrible, cold shadow completely takes over my living room.
A terrible cold shadow. That is exactly what the internet calls the Sunday scaries, Sam. It is that sudden, heavy anxiety that completely hits your chest when you realize your 2 beautiful days of freedom are officially over.
It hits my chest exactly like a heavy piece of black brick bread, Lita. I was sitting quietly on my comfortable sofa last Sunday at exactly 5 o'clock. I looked at my bright yellow banana jacket hanging by the front wooden door, and I swear to you, I actually heard the strict, bald manager whispering in the empty room. He was whispering about Monday morning tax reports.
Oh my goodness, the bald manager is officially haunting your apartment like a terrifying corporate ghost, Sam. You are completely hallucinating because of the heavy weekend stress. Did you try to look at your beautiful green alien painting to calm your anxious mind?
I did look at the green alien, Lita, but even the painted alien looked incredibly stressed about Monday morning. I was just sitting there in the dark, completely paralyzed by the overwhelming feeling that the fun was totally over. I was just staring at the wall, waiting for my terrible alarm clock to ring.
Wait, Sam, let us pause your terrifying corporate ghost story right there. I think that is an incredibly powerful, highly emotional vocabulary word for our listeners to deeply understand today. Dread.
Yes, dread. It's a very heavy, dark noun and also an excellent verb. It means to feel completely terrified, extremely anxious, or deeply unhappy about something that is definitely going to happen in the very near future, like dreading the loud Monday morning alarm clock.
Listeners, please practice this highly emotional B2 level word and say it with us right now.
Say it loud and clear in your room, guys. Fight the Sunday ghost.
Dread.
Dread. I absolutely dread Sunday evenings, Lita. The relaxing weekend is completely gone, and I'm just staring at my dirty yellow jacket again. And that actually makes me very curious about our brave, hard-working listeners.
Oh, absolutely. Listeners, we have our third and final, very emotional question for you right now. Do you also feel that heavy, dark sense of dread on Sunday afternoons, the famous Sunday scaries? How do you actually fight the anxiety before Monday morning begins?
Tell us your absolute best Sunday survival secrets down in the comments below. We desperately need to know how to stop the corporate ghosts from whispering in the kitchen. So, Lita, is there actually a real scientific cure for the Sunday scaries, or are we just completely doomed to cry on the sofa every single week?
You are absolutely not doomed to cry on the sofa, Sam. The actual scientific trick to completely defeating the Sunday scaries is to plan something incredibly fun and relaxing for Monday evening. You have to trick your anxious brain into actually wanting Monday to arrive.
Trick my tired brain? Lita, my brain is completely focused on the loud alarm clock and the strict bald manager. How can I possibly make Monday sound like a fun, exciting party?
You schedule a tiny personal reward, Sam. You promise yourself that on Monday at exactly 6 o'clock, you will order a delicious hot pizza, or you will watch a brand new episode of your absolute favorite television show. Your brain completely stops fearing the boring morning and starts getting super excited about the evening pizza.
Oh, wow, a tiny Monday reward. That is actually an incredibly brilliant psychological trick, Lita. I am going to buy exactly 50 more pieces of white garlic, and I'm going to promise myself a giant hot bowl of sweet mushroom soup on Monday night.
Wait, Sam, let us pause your terrible garlic reward right there. I think that is a wonderfully positive, highly useful vocabulary word for our listeners to deeply understand today. Anticipate.
Yes, anticipate. It's a fantastic be-to verb that means to imagine or expect that something good is going to happen and to feel very excited and happy about it in advance, like anticipating a hot, delicious pizza after a terrible corporate Monday.
Listeners, please practice this beautifully positive word and say it with us right now.
Say it loud and clear in your room, guys. Look forward to Monday.
Anticipate.
Anticipate. If I actually anticipate a giant bowl of garlic soup, Lita, the terrible Sunday ghost will completely disappear from my dark apartment. The weekend is officially saved.
Your terrible soup is saving your mental health, Sam. And speaking of saving things, we absolutely need our amazing listeners to save their English progress today.
Oh, absolutely. Guys, learning a heavy new language all by yourself can feel incredibly lonely, exactly like sitting alone on a dark, quiet Sunday afternoon.
That is exactly why you need an official English study buddy. We want you to share this exact podcast episode with your absolute best friend, your brother, or even your strict bald manager.
Yes, force them to listen to the heavy vocabulary with you. And don't forget to hit that shiny subscribe button right down below so we can be your permanent digital study buddies every single week.
Build your beautiful English family today, guys. Thank you so much for surviving the incredibly short weekend with us. Enjoy your evening pizza, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone. Don't let the terrible laundry mountain defeat you.